So we are using the Halti in conjunction with the e-collar. I love the Halti when we're out in public because people think that they are service animals. They don't just rush up and touch. I don't allow people to touch my dogs unless they ask and I like the person's energy. Mainly because I want to set the dogs up for success and I want to keep their attention on me. I should be the most important thing in the world, not everything else. So I have my dogs out in the play yard and I want her focus on me. The barn cat's somewhere around here, and I want her focus on me. I do use vibrate with the cats, because she doesn't really love vibrate. But we use vibrate with the cats, if she's going to try and jump up, if she wants to be near the counters or things like that. Come on. So the Halti, no, it is not a muzzle, although every dog should be muzzle trained, safety, veterinary type stuff. Come on. Worked with way too many dogs that were in pain and scared that weren't muzzle trained and vets get bit. But anyways, it's not a muzzle. There's full release. Yeah, and I have it very loose on her because she is pregnant. Very, very pregnant. Same thing with her e-collar. It's more loose than what I would typically have on a dog. It's clear high up here, right here, on her ears, or right behind her ear. Because I don't want to have the collar super, super tight where it's kind of making her feel uncomfortable. I want her to feel as comfortable as possible. E-collar is the same technology as a TENS unit. I even use it on my neck and my back when I have kinked muscles. So it's very, very gentle. We can be very gentle. You can't most of the time notice that we're even using it. But let's say she bolts out in the road after a squirrel. Nice automatic sit. You're such a sweet, smart girl. I can match that intensity of that prey drive and yell with her with the e-collar versus having to chase her down, which obviously doesn't work with these guys anyways. So people who say huskies can't be off leash are full of it. They just have to have the proper training, the proper control of that drive. Look at how focused she is with me. Come on, mama. Even though she is highly pregnant and highly uncomfortable, her focus is all on me. She's giving me these check-ins where she's looking to where my legs are walking, how fast I'm moving. When I stop, she instantly stops with me in automatic sits. You suck up. Which I absolutely love, right? Come on. Very nice. What a good girl. So Halti work is very important because the more submissive a dog is with you, but confidence. They have to have confidence in your leadership in order to be comfortably submissive with you. If they feel like you're not an adequate leader, they're never going to be submissive. So the longer it takes for a dog to get like this, where I stop, she automatically sits like a suck up. All that licking's calming signal. She's calming herself down. So Haltis, they go over a pressure point over the bridge of the nose. Since you guys are breeders, you've seen moms grab those puppies by their muzzle. What that is it's applying a little bit of pressure right here, which naturally calms puppies down. And then when you apply that pressure straight up into the air, you can see it tightens up at the top of her nose. Then, sit. Good girl. What they'll end up doing is they'll go into a calm, submissive posture, and then mom leaves them alone. So that's a correction in itself, right? So she's doing so awesome. All this focus, even when I know she's uncomfortable and she just wants to go sleep on her bed. Lots of crate time for her, even though she's pregnant and going to have babies. E-collar stuff, we start off really low. I usually start her off because she's thick-coated, about a 4 to an 8. We can't feel this particular collar till about an 18. T is vibrate. Don't know why it's vibrate, but it's vibrate. And that is something as a startling effect. So when I do that, let's say she's sniffing too much when she should be focused on me, you're going to fall asleep. Or she's wanting to get too close to the cat and too intense with the cat. Or the counters, wanting to sniff the counters or anything like that. She's going to test every boundary at home and we're not going to let her get away with it. Because we want her to be a good girl for the next 15 plus years, not just right now. So she's got to earn all of those freedoms back, like couch time and things like that. Just because she's a mama doesn't mean that she gets every freedom in the world. She still is a puppy, and she's still very much so an adolescent in her brain. Come on, mama. So with the e-collar, we're mainly using the red button, and that's consistent. That means that as I'm pushing it, it's going to hold as long as I'm pushing it up to 7 seconds. Where it's very consistent, so when I say sit, if she doesn't sit, I'm going to hold that button down until her butt hits the ground, and then there's that pressure, or that release of pressure. Same thing with the Halti. If I pull up on the Halti, I'm going to apply that little bit of pressure, and you can see I'm using fingers worth of pressure. I'm going to apply that little bit of pressure until she puts her butt to the ground, and then I'll release. I'm going to step into her, use some yielding, and then release both with the Halti and physically. She needs a lot of work with you guys on spatial pressure because she had no bubble. Right? She didn't think that people had a bubble or that she had to respect it. Now, if I want her to move off of me, she'll move off of me. Whereas before, if you want her to move off of you, she's going to push into you harder, which is kind of disrespectful. If she was with a pack of dogs and she was doing stuff like that, she'd get nipped at, and I'm sure she has previously in her own pack. So when she's walking right with me, with the leash, or even with the e-collar, there's no pressure. You can see that leash is super, super low. No pressure if she's walking right with me in this 2 foot by 2 foot zone. Of pressure free pretty much. So we create this pressure free, right? I can stick it in my pocket. This is how walks should look. Come on. Right, so it's in my pocket. Dogs should choose to walk with you because you're a good, adequate leader and you're someone worth following. They should not choose to walk with you or have no choice by having pressure. Tension only creates more tension. So if I'm constantly applying pressure on that leash, she has no reward for the slightest bit of effort or try. If I give her that release when she's with me, she's going to stick in that pressure-free zone. If she lags behind too much, what's going to happen? She's going to start to speed up and find that pressure-free zone. This is how all animals on the face of the planet learn. The application of pressure and the release is their reward. So right here, people don't believe huskies can walk nicely on a leash. Can't tell you how many times, biggest pet peeve it is when people are being dragged around by their dogs. This is possible with young puppies too, right? We can start this out as early as 4 or 5 weeks old. So she's choosing to walk with me. If I stop, she stops with me, and I give her lots of love and attention because she's packed up with me, right? No sniffing, no smelling. The instant that that nose hits the ground, they're no longer paying attention to you. If her head is out ahead of me, she does not have eyeballs in the back of her head. She can't see me, so I mean nothing to her. And if there's any tension on the leash whatsoever, it means in her head she's leading, right? She's not following at all. So we create this nice pressure-free zone where we can relax and just go on a stroll together. It's really good for her to go on a stroll because she's really heavy. Come on. Come on. I tell her, we have to take care of you because you got my baby in there, huh? I told her she could just come stay with me. Yes, because she's a sweet girl. She's highly, highly qualified to be a therapy animal or a service animal if you stick to it. If you don't, that anxiety and high-strung dog's going to come right back. But at this point, she's highly capable of being a service animal, which I absolutely love. She's got an amazing temperament when you control it and you start to give her direction. And she realizes the calmer she is with me, she's like automatic sit, and I get lots of love. Scratches on my face. The calmer that she is with me, the more attention I give her. I don't give her attention when she's being crazy. Oh, come on. Sorry, the leash fell out of my pocket. Or anything like that, because you get what you pet. So I like marshmallow dogs. And then when we want to get them excited, she's a husky. She's going to get excited. You get a ball out, she acts like a cat. But then we have that off switch of saying, all right, honey, we're done. Let's calm down and relax. And this is what we want her to teach her puppies too. She has this amount of impulse control and drive, control of her drive, and focus on us. Her puppies are going to feed off of that. They're not going to be scatterbrained. What a good sit, good girl. I just love you. You're so sweet. Yes. Good girl, Gyps.